I am Chuck Radke, President of the Fresno State Chapter of the Honor Society of Phi Kappa Phi. Tonight we celebrate excellence. We gather to initiate worthy individuals into the Honor Society of Phi Kappa Phi. These persons have been chosen on the basis of their superior scholarship. We are pleased and proud that each has chosen to become part of a century-old community of scholars and professionals whose careers have been characterized by achievement. Our members have served in the White House, the Congress, and the Supreme Court of the United States. They have won Nobel Prizes, Pulitzer Prizes, and numerous other national and international awards for service and achievement in their chosen fields. Phi Kappa Phi is proud to include among its membership thousands of women and men who, for more than a century, have sought to make a difference in the communities where they live and work. The Society's values are conveyed in its motto, "Let the love of learning rule humanity." Our mission also states clearly who we are and what we do: to recognize and promote academic excellence in all fields of higher education and to engage the community of scholars in service to others. Phi Kappa Phi standards are unsurpassed and second to none. We seek to reward excellence wherever it can be identified in any institution that has a chapter of the Society. By virtue of its interdisciplinary nature, Phi Kappa Phi elects its membership from all academic fields within the university. I will now turn things over to Dr. Joy Goto, President-elect for the Phi Kappa Phi Fresno chapter, for the presentation of criteria for membership.
Hello, I am Dr. Joy Goto, Chair of the Chemistry Department. The awarding for membership in our society is the highest and most significant recognition that we can bestow upon individuals. The bylaws of the California State University Fresno chapter of Phi Kappa Phi, operating within the framework of the Society's bylaws, specify the following conditions to be observed in electing persons to membership. Senior undergraduates shall be in the upper 10% in their class in each college or division. Juniors are drawn from the upper 7.5% of their class. Graduate and professional students who have completed one full year of study and are in the upper 10% of all candidates for graduate or professional degrees also are eligible for membership. We also recognize and elect to membership faculty and administrators, staff, and alumni who have demonstrated a commitment to promoting academic achievement and to improving the educational climate at Fresno State. Our chapter is proud to honor all those who have accepted the invitation to be initiated into the Honor Society of Phi Kappa Phi.
As candidates about to be initiated into Phi Kappa Phi, it is appropriate to understand our history and the three primary symbols of the society: the badge, the seal, and the ribbon. In 1897, 10 seniors at the University of Maine envisioned a society whose membership would be open to superior college students, regardless of their academic discipline. Named Phi Kappa Phi from the initial letters of the three Greek words forming the society's motto, "Let the love of learning rule humanity," the society accepted members from all of the technology disciplines, as well as the traditional fields of arts and sciences. Nearly 300 chapters in the United States, the Philippines, and Puerto Rico, and with more than 1 million members worldwide, Phi Kappa Phi is now the oldest and largest collegiate honor society, which inducts persons from every academic field at both the undergraduate and graduate levels. Our own chapter began on October 19th, 1929 as the Key and continued until 1952 under the auspices of Phi Beta Kappa. On April 22nd, 1953, Phi Kappa Phi chapter number 62 was installed at Fresno State. Phi Kappa Phi has since served as the university's honor society, recognizing superior academic achievement by our students in all academic fields. Tonight, we celebrate our 68th anniversary as we induct the women and men who will embody this honor society's values. Board member Dr. Honorary Chapman will now explain the symbolism associated with Phi Kappa Phi.
Hello, I am Honorary Chapman, Interim Dean of the College of Arts and Humanities and past president of Phi Kappa Phi's chapter at Fresno State. I shall tell you now about the symbolism of Phi Kappa Phi's badge on the medallion you shall receive. The badge of the society is a globe against the background of the sun, whose rays signify equivalence among the various branches of learning and represent the dissemination of truth as light. Encircling the globe is a band containing the Greek letters Phi Kappa Phi, binding all of us in a common purpose. The center displays a crenellated line that represents the battlements and walls of Troy. The 3 stars just above the badge are for each of the 3 original chapters. Below the badge is the phrase, founded 1897. The ribbon of the society is an ancient Greek meander pattern that symbolizes the eternity of wisdom. And finally, the 3 ancient Greek words of the Phi Kappa Phi motto, philosophia, krateto, photon, mean let the love of learning rule humanity. Thus, in saying this motto, philosophia, krateto, photon, you are calling on yourself and others to have your lives always ruled by the love of learning. Now we shall present to you the individuals whom we have selected this year to receive special recognition as our faculty, staff, and administrator initiates.
Hi, I'm Jim Marshall, Dean of Research and Graduate Studies and a proud board member of the Fresno chapter of Phi Kappa Phi. It is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Robert Gwynn as an honorary initiate. Robert serves as the Deputy Chief Information Officer in Technology Services at Fresno State. He is a proud graduate of Fresno State and is the first member of his extended family to graduate from college. Robert has been a resident of the Fresno area for almost 40 years. He is married and has 1 daughter attending Fresno State seeking a degree in liberal studies. He has over 20 years in IT management experience, with 12 of those years serving the students here at Fresno State. Our next honorary initiate is Dr. Ali Taufik. Dr. Taufik is an associate professor of transportation systems engineering and director of the Transportation Institute at California State University, Fresno. While his area of expertise includes modeling, simulation, and optimization of individual travel behavior and of transportation systems, he has a particular passion for transportation sustainability and the future of transportation. Dr. Taufik serves on local, national, and international transportation boards and committees. He is an author of many peer-reviewed publications and has given keynote presentations in local, national, and international conferences.
I am Janelle Murillo, Associate Vice President for Student Health, Counseling, and Wellness, and a proud board member of Phi Kappa Phi. I have the honor of introducing today Diana Karagosian. Diana is the lead clinical social worker at Fresno State in the Student Health and Counseling Center. She leads a team of case managers who respond to the mental health and basic needs of students at the university. Diana grew up in San Francisco, raised by her paternal grandparents, and moved to the Central Valley in the early 90s. Diana attended Fresno City College and then transferred to Fresno State, where she graduated with a bachelor's and master's degree in social work. Diana has worked at 2 of the most influential and impactful institutions in the Central Valley, Valley Children's Healthcare and Fresno State. These two employers are sources of pride for our Valley, and Diana has been honored to be a part of them. Diana spent 13 years at Children's Hospital, where she was part of a nationally recognized team and witnessed many medical triumphs. She then joined Fresno State as a faculty member in the Department of Social Work, where she taught for 5 years. In 2017, Diana was hired as the first case manager for the Student Health and Counseling Center. Diana currently serves as the lead clinical case manager for Project Hope, where she and her team serve students facing tremendous personal struggles. Diana leads the efforts in providing individualized support to students who are in crisis or experiencing challenges that are impacting their education. She ensures that students' basic needs are met, including securing housing, emergency grants for unforeseen emergencies, emotional support, and access to the resources needed so the students can achieve their personal and professional goals. Diana is most proud of her two sons, who are both firemen in the Central Valley, and her husband of almost 30 years, who retired from Santa Fe Railroad after 37 years. She is grateful for the opportunity to practice as a licensed clinical social worker in the Valley and appreciates all the people who have been a part of her journey. Our next initiate is David Hodge. David Hodge Jr. is currently serving as Vice President of Hospital Operations for Valley Children's Healthcare. Dave joined Valley Children's in 1991, beginning as a part-time employee in the laboratory while working on completing a bachelor's degree in English from California State University, Fresno. Dave was already familiar with physician practices and Valley Children since his father, Dr. David Hodge, has been a longtime pediatric surgeon in Fresno. Dave has spent a majority of his career at Valley Children's as director, then executive with accountability for the 20-plus physician practices located on the main campus in Madera. For the last 4 years, Dave has been working on the hospital operations side of the organization, now with accountability for all inpatient, emergency, and ancillary services for hospital operations. Dave has been a resident of Fresno and Clovis since 1979, and as previously mentioned, graduated from Fresno State in 1992 with a degree in English. Dave completed a fellowship through the Advisory Board Company and is currently completing a master's degree in business administration. Dave has been married to Debbie since 1994 and has 2 children, Allison and Sean. Dave has expressed that it is an honor and a privilege to be a longtime member of the Fresno community, a Fresno State alumnus, and a member of the Phi Kappa Phi organization.
Brad Barker serves as the Senior Director of Cloud Strategies, Infrastructure, and Technology Support at Fresno State. He was born and raised in the heart of California's San Joaquin Valley, attending college at Fresno State. After receiving his bachelor's degree, Brad left Fresno to spend 6 years as a software developer in corporate agriculture, and then 2 years in enterprise telephony, leading a small application programming team. Eventually, Brad returned to Fresno State to lead a large mainframe migration project. Intending it to be a short engagement, he elected to stay. He has extensive experience in system design, data analysis, and database architecture. He has played leadership roles on several successful multi-division and multi-institution projects. He finds great joy and satisfaction working in higher education. Honored to be surrounded by smart and energetic people collaborating to educate future generations. He is currently interested in identifying and empowering new leaders and re-equipping current employees with updated technology skills. He is certified in change management and passionate about integrating best change management practices into every new technology initiatives. It was my pleasure to work with Brad closely as the university pivoted to virtual instruction in the spring of 2020. I'm not sure what we'd do without him. Brice Quiros, PhD, is a full-time engineering lecturer and serves as the director of the Valley Industry Partnership for Cooperative Education program in the Lyles College of Engineering at Fresno State. In this role, she develops and maintains strategic relationships with ag-based and manufacturing companies throughout California and the Central Valley by working to fulfill their employment needs with engineering and construction management student interns. These companies, in turn, provide students the opportunity to learn from real-world problems and gain hands-on experience with a competitive salary, preparing them for permanent employment. It has been my pleasure to work with Dr. Quiros as the co-PI of a National Science Foundation grant titled the AGEP California State University Underrepresented Minority STEM Faculty Alliance Model, a culturally informed, strength-based approach to advance early career faculty success. She is also the College of Engineering coordinator of a U.S. Department of Education grant titled STEAM, Enriched Pathways. Dr. Kidros's professional career is centered on serving as a bridge between her passion for STEM and community outreach and education. Her ultimate goal is to empower every student to succeed in college and especially help increase recruitment and retention rates of students in higher education, including low-income and minority groups. She received her Bachelor of Science degree in Industrial Engineering from the University of Texas, El Paso, her Master's of Science degree in Industrial Technology from California State University of Fresno, and her PhD in Environmental Science and Engineering from the University of Texas, El Paso. Dr. Kidros serves as the president for the Society of Women Engineers, San Joaquin Valley Section, Board of Directors for the American Society for Engineering Education, and Board of Directors for TREE Fresno. Jolynn Blake is the lead instructional designer at California State University of Fresno. She is a lifelong Bulldog, having received both her Bachelor of Science in Business Administration and her Master of Arts in Education degrees at Fresno State. Jolynn works with faculty to create and redesign synchronous and asynchronous courses that implement technology in ways that are beneficial to both students and instructors. Jolynn's experience teaching at the junior college level for many years has led her to keep students in the forefront when assisting faculty. She also provides lead support for many university-wide programs, including Student Ratings of Instruction, the GE Portfolio, and Qualtrics. She is also a Google Higher Ed trainer, as well as a ProSci certified change management practitioner. And it's been my honor and privilege to work with Jolynn closely for the past 10 years, and she helped lead the university in the pivot to virtual instruction in the spring of 2020. No one is more deserving of this recognition than Jolynn.
I am Dr. Joy Goto, and I am presenting Dr. Joe Ross as an honorary faculty initiate. Dr. Ross has become well known as an advocate for integrating technology with teaching during the 9 years he has been a faculty member at Fresno State. Dr. Ross is an inaugural member of the Discover E-Faculty Fellows Program, an Apple Distinguished Educator, and also recipient of the Provost Award for Innovation. Beyond campus, he led 2 cohorts of faculty from across the CSU system in the Course Redesign with Technology program. Since COVID-19, Dr. Ross has taken the quality learning and teaching training to be certified in developing and teaching online courses, and he led 2 cohorts in the Center for Faculty Excellence's Virtual Summer Institute to prepare faculty and TAs to teach online courses this academic year. Dr. Ross has presented on various topics on course design and delivery at our new faculty orientations, the Center for Faculty Excellence's annual Technology, Innovation, and Pedagogy conferences, the CSU Technology Conferences, the CSU Symposium on Teaching and Learning, the Directors of Educational Technology and California Higher Education Conference, and at national conferences of the Online Learning Consortium, the National Association of Biology Teachers, and the Gordon Research Conference on Undergraduate Biology Education Research. Congratulations, Dr. Ross. President Radke, these candidates have been elected in accordance with the conditions specified in the chapter's bylaws and have accepted the chapter's invitation to membership. I therefore present them to you as candidates for induction.
Thank you, Dr. Goto. Candidates, for all your contributions to the university and to our students, on behalf of the recommendation of the Board of Directors of the local chapter of Phi Kappa Phi, and through the authority vested in me by the Phi Kappa Phi headquarters in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, I am pleased to confirm membership in the Honor Society of Phi Kappa Phi with all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. Congratulations.
At this time, we will proceed with the induction of our student candidates. As initiates, you will receive a certificate of membership, a medallion, as well as an emblem in the form of a pin. Each of you will receive a subscription to the Society's publication, the Phi Kappa Phi Forum magazine, along with access to a variety of benefits and services designed to assist you throughout your academic and professional life. As a Society member, you will be eligible to compete for numerous scholarships and awards valued at $1 million each biennium. Let me remind you that once initiated into the Society, each of you will always be a member of Phi Kappa Phi. To be classified as an active member, however, and to continue receiving many benefits, you will need to pay national dues annually. You are urged to maintain active membership, not only as a means of professional fulfillment, but also as a way of helping to sustain the prestige and to support the activities of your honor society. We also sincerely hope that you will support your local chapter of Phi Kappa Phi here at Fresno State.
My name is Carol Freibolen, Chair of the Department of Curriculum and Instruction at Fresno State. Candidates for membership, please repeat after me the Society's affirmation of membership. In response to the honor bestowed upon me by my election to Phi Kappa Phi, I will continue to uphold the motto of Phi Kappa Phi. Let the love of learning rule humanity. We will now show you the names and pictures of this year's student initiates.
By virtue of your superior scholarship, by virtue of what you have achieved and who you are, a combination of qualities that led to your election by this chapter of the society, it is now my privilege to declare you to be members in good standing of the Honor Society of Phi Kappa Phi. May you continue to merit this high honor, never complacent, ever seeking the realization of the Society's motto, let the love of learning rule humanity. Congratulations to you all. In closing, let me address our new members. Please remember that you have received this great gift of education from your fellow students, our faculty and staff, your families, and last but not least, the taxpayers of the state of California. Fresno State continues to be recognized as one of the top regional universities in the United States, and we believe that the quality education that you have received here will serve as the foundation for your continued success for the rest of your lives. May you seek to discover and develop your talents as your lives continue to unfold. May you embrace the diversity of people and experiences here at Fresno State and that await you in the future. And may you continue to aspire to distinction in all your endeavors. And please do all of this for the greater benefit of your fellow human beings. Good night.